Let's talk about outsourcing. You know, that tempting idea of hiring a cheap virtual assistant. I mean, on paper, it looks like a total no-brainer, right? Lower hourly rates, less overhead, immediate savings. But as we're about to find out, the real price you pay is often hidden, lurking just beneath the surface. And this really is the heart of the problem. That initial saving, it can so quickly turn into a long-term headache. What feels like a smart budget move can actually start to, well, slowly unravel everything, from your team's productivity all the way to your company's reputation. That's the big question, isn't it? When you hire based on who's got the lowest bid, are you actually buying efficiency? Or are you just buying yourself a brand new set of problems? Let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on under that attractive price tag. Okay, first up, we need to talk about something I call the cheap VA trap. This is where that illusion of saving money is at its most powerful, and honestly, it's most deceptive. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good deal? A lower hourly rate is so easy to see, so easy to measure, it feels like a clear win for your bottom line. It's a really easy decision to make, and that's usually the problem. You see, that low hourly rate, that's just the tip of the iceberg. What you don't see are all the costs that start piling up underneath. The endless rework because of mistakes, the project delays from simple miscommunications, and all the hours you suddenly have to spend micromanaging every single task. And then you get to the really big ones, major security risks and even damage to your reputation. These are the costs that truly add up. And all those hidden costs, they eventually snowball into one massive productivity drain. I mean, the whole point of outsourcing is to save you time and resources, right? But the wrong hire does the exact opposite. It becomes a black hole for your time. So, you're basically at a fork in the road. On one side, you have the cheap VA, which often means you've hired someone who needs constant training and a lot of hand-holding, which just creates friction for everybody. But on the other side, you have a qualified VA who shows up ready to go, adds value from day one, and actually reduces your workload, which, let's remember, was the whole point in the first place. This kicks off a really vicious cycle. An error happens, so a manager has to stop what they're doing to jump in, the work has to be redone, a lot of times by the manager themselves, and just like that, all your forward momentum on those big, important projects is totally lost. You didn't hire someone to free up your time, you accidentally created a new management job for yourself. So just take a second and really ask yourself that. Is your outsourcing plan actually freeing you up to focus on growing the business, or has it just turned you from a leader into a full-time supervisor? It's a really important distinction. So we've covered the drain on your time, the drain on your money, but now let's raise the stakes because we need to talk about something way more dangerous, the security nightmare. You know, when you cut corners on people, robust security is often the first thing to go. Think about it, sharing passwords insecurely, having sensitive client data just sitting on someone's personal unsecured laptop, or totally ignoring major data protection laws like GDPR. Plus, with high turnover, critical knowledge about your processes just walks right out the door every few months. And here's the absolute most important thing to remember. You can outsource a task, but you can never outsource the liability. If a data breach happens, it's your organization that's on the hook legally and financially. The damage to your reputation, that's all yours. Okay, so after all of that doom and gloom, what's the actual solution? Well, it's not about avoiding outsourcing altogether. It's about being smarter about it. And this is where we get into the idea of real cost control. The most successful companies make a really simple but powerful shift in their mindset. They stop asking who's the cheapest, and instead, they start asking a totally new set of questions. Who's going to actively reduce our risk? Who has the skills to actually make our work better? And who can grow and scale with our business for the long haul? This approach actually has a name. It's called value-based outsourcing. It's really about investing in a partner, not just hiring someone to check off tasks. The focus completely shifts to things like competence and trust, which, in the end, delivers the accuracy, the compliance, and the reduced supervision that you were looking for from the very beginning. All right, let's pull all of this together and talk about what this means for your true bottom line. It's so true. Every single dollar you think you're saving up front by going cheap, you'll likely pay it all back, probably with interest, in the form of fixing mistakes, wasted time, and managing crises. Investing in quality from the start is almost always the smartest financial decision you can make. At the end of the day, success with outsourcing isn't measured by an hourly rate. It's measured by the value you get back. So are you paying for someone who can just do a task, or are you investing in someone you can actually trust to handle critical parts of your business with competence and accountability? So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Is your current strategy really making your organization more efficient and more robust? Or is it just quietly setting the stage for a very expensive crisis down the road? The answer to that will tell you everything you need to know.